Hello. You guys know what it is? Hello. Hello, hello. Nvidia time. Actually, it's Nvidia time. It's in an hour, right? We'll still chill until then. Oh, my camera's up there. What's up? Is this Hearthstone music? Raid testing schedule hype? Yeah, it's a crazy amount of raid testing. Like, I think it's the most they've ever done in a short amount of time ever. Ever. Anyone storm the Capitol today? Any stormers? That would have been hype. I spent so much time today just getting ready for this trip tomorrow. I'm going up to Mammoth. I'm going to see some snow, boys. We're going to be seeing snow for the first time in a long time. It's going to be cold as shit, too. It's going to be like a high of 27 degrees, so it's going to be cold. Are you bringing Dratnos? Yes. I live in Buffalo. It's overrated. Bro, I've lived in Texas or California for like 5 or 6 years. I don't think I've seen snow in that amount of time. I miss it. I haven't like felt cold either. I want to be cold. Who you going with? Girlfriend. There's snow in California though. Yeah, we're going to Mammoth. You know? Looking sporty today. Yeah. Yeah, so here's the deal. I have a hockey game tonight at 8:15 and the rink with traffic is like 45 minutes away. And I have a sponsored stream from 6:30 to 7:30. So I'm going to end this stream and literally run to my car and drive there. So I'm just ready to, I'm ready to like throw my shit on and skate. Were you in Texas during the snow and ice storm 3 years ago? Yes, I was, but I didn't lose power. But I guess you're right. I did see snow when that happened, but it wasn't super cold. I mean, it was like kind of cold. I want to be cold as fuck, bro. Lol, in like 2 weeks, I no longer want to be cold. Yeah, but that's fine. Isn't it reasonable to not feel cold for a really long time and want to experience cold weather, want to experience all the seasons, get cold for a little bit, and be like, all right, that was nice. I'd like to go back to being warm now. That doesn't mean it was wrong to not get cold in the first place. I feel like that would feel great. Don't fall and break your ass on the slopes. I'm not going snowboarding or skiing. The Nvidia Keynote is sponsored? Yup. Who do you got in the upcoming Four Nations hockey tournament? USA. Just like the World Juniors, baby. Fucking America. I don't know, probably Canada. But I'd like to see Canada come in last so they can continue their spiraling downfall. You're going to your first NHL game in 10 days. Super pumped. Wait. What game? I'm also going to an NHL game in 10 days. Is it in Florida? Is it the Florida Panthers game in like 10 or 11 days? Because I'll be there. Penguins? Oh, shit. Max said he's going with his girlfriend. Congrats. Is this new news? Relatively new, yeah. That's all the information you get, though. Buying tickets to that game now. See you there. I have actually had someone ask for my picture at an NHL game before. An Anaheim Ducks game. Does she get what you do for work? Yeah. Who did they mistake you for? Come on, man. Yeah, dude, check out this fucking raid testing. Also, they said PTR is going to be up tomorrow, right? I guess that's just my luck. I'm going on vacation tomorrow for a few days, and PTR is going to be up. And then I'm going on vacation next Tuesday. The morning Plunderstorm is going live. So just legendary bad timing by me, but all good. Look at this testing schedule, man. So there's just one heroic test this week. And then there's the rest of heroic is next week. And then look at this. Thursday the 23rd and Friday the 24th. They're going to test the entire raid on Mythic in 2 total days. This has never happened before or even anything close. It's insane. Not to mention that I think it's also during TGP time trials or something like that. Including final boss? No, they never test the final boss. That's crazy, bro. That's some shit. What's the usual time to test Mythic? It's usually around these times. It's just you usually do like 2 in a day, at most 3. I don't think we've ever, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there has ever been 4 Mythic testings in a day. I don't even think there's been 4 total testings in a day. I think this is the first time that's ever happened. Yeah, cool. I doubt they're going to change it too. But all good. We'll figure it out. Any major changes to the next tier roster-wise? I'm hearing something about Zalia and Echo Fallout. Oh, you're saying from the perspective of like you just didn't pay attention to last race at all? You like missed last race and you only remember from a Myrdrasil? Because that was like heavily covered. I don't know. That's some old shit, man. You can look it up. I don't want to talk about all that. That's their guild stuff. What else did they... Where was their official post about PTR tomorrow? Is it in the raid testing schedule thing? Hey, PTR is going to go live tomorrow. How do you think this race is going to be compared to Nerebar Palace? What do you mean? Like in what way? Oh, interesting. So they posted the War Within Season 2 dungeons begins testing on PTR Realms this week. The test period will begin on Tuesday, so tomorrow, at 10 p.m. Pacific. Okay, so it's just assumed that tomorrow. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean they'll be up at 10 tomorrow because this time frame is massive. It's an entire week, right? So they're basically saying like during the entire week this will be available. So like for example, the realms could come up at like 5 p.m. tomorrow. It looks like they're coming up tomorrow, but like I wouldn't bet on them being up at 10 a.m. Let's see, 2 through 12. Floodgate. So you can only do the new dungeon next week. That's pretty good content. And then week 2, you can do the other 4. So the ones you did at the beginning of the expansion. And then the next week, you can do Workshop Motherlode Theater. That'll be fun. And then week 4 is the 4 plus the new dungeon. Week 5 is the old legacy dungeons plus the new dungeon. And then week 6 plus is just, you can just test all the dungeons all the time. Okay. Affix updates. We have a number of adjustments. Also, one thing that's interesting here is they're allowing you to test the whole week. I don't know if anyone remembers, but it was like a couple... It was like either a beta or like a PTR. It was Dragonflight, right? Just like Dragonflight beta and Dragonflight PTR. They like super limited when you could test the dungeons. I'm assuming to like make it more of an event. So like more people... Like for example, there's a world where... You have the dungeons available to be tested all week versus like just on the weekend. And there could actually be more testing overall done if it's just on the weekend because those are 3 days everyone knows where to be. Where like the other one's a whole week and you're like, yeah, I could do it later in the week, and then it like falls through and then you don't know exactly when people are going to be on. This one is like a whole week on only specific dungeons. So I wonder how that's going to play out. We get some affix updates. I think we know about most of these, or they announced them before. Better dungeon tuning, I'd hope, by spacing it out. Who knows? Dungeon tuning is, like, really, really hard. Because, like, I think they mostly care that the dungeons just feel fair and somewhat equal on, like, a plus 10. Because that's, like, the key level that matters for the most things. By far the most things. Usually when people are referring to bad dungeon tuning... They're almost always referring to some kind of interaction after your key starts infinitely scaling past the point of 10 in which they really care about. And that's always just kind of like, I don't know. Like you could just, if you're tuning 8 new dungeons every single patch, there's just going to be like things that don't scale well. It's just like part of it. So, I think it's kind of probably always going to be that way. Hopefully what they do though is they do like, in the seasons where it's a lot better, they do a lot of like really early season changes to the dungeons. Like first 2 weeks, it's a really good sign in the first few weeks when they get like a lot of messages in there. Yep, that's all the info we get. Info should start coming in tomorrow though. Like PTR will be live, there'll be some information, and I believe some Blizzard people go back to work tomorrow, or maybe are at work today. To prepare for tomorrow. I know there's some people that get back next week. But yeah, should still be some shit. That mythic testing is actually crazy, man. Also, you guys gotta stop doing the "I haven't seen you since last year" bit. It's not an amazing bit. Also, Potty C patrons, there was a Potty T posted today, I believe. They've added days in the past though. Wouldn't be surprised if things get shifted. I think every time stuff like this gets announced, it's less likely to get shifted because it's the same people making the schedule every time, right? And every time that they've shifted it, they get told by some like Race to World First people. Like, I can tell you right now, in like the Race to World First Discord, there's a couple of people that were like, I'll use exact phrases here. They linked the testing and they said, "This feels turbo illegal. 4 hours straight testing, no breaks is rough." Yeah, 3 hours of testing into 4 hours of testing during time trials is a bit wild, right? So, like, people are pushing for that, but that happens every single time these are announced, and they usually do change it. But doesn't it seem likely that the more that the same people keep posting these super stacked testing timeframes, they know that, like, before they post them, that they know that time trials are happening and that they know that it's a lot all at once? So I think, I don't know, I don't think it's super likely it gets moved around. I don't know, maybe like one thing gets moved. Sometimes things are like bugged and they have to be retested. That's like something you can't really predict. But like, it'd be crazy if the person at Blizzard who made this, who's had to like shift this around because of MDI, TGP, time trial stuff, plus just like too much at once before, that they didn't like think about that before posting this, you know? I don't even think it really matters. I don't even know how many people dungeon testing is even relevant for. I guess it's like a way for some people to get the patch advertised to them. Like, if you're not positive you want to play in this season, like, watching some raid boss testing could like definitely sway you. It is definitely true that seeing these bosses in testing, the aesthetics, plus even just like general mechanical understanding, you can just be like, okay, this boss looks really cool, or this raid looks really cool. Like, it, like, literally the looks of it, not the mechanics. Like, it just looks insane, which I think is gonna be very true for this raid. Like, this raid is so unique. How many guilds are in the Race World First Discord? I don't know. They don't have like, each guild has like their own channel, and then there's like a general channel. I don't know, because like I don't have offline people showing, so I don't know between who's online or offline. I would bet it's probably something like maybe 20 guilds, maybe 30, something like that. It's not just like the Race to World First guilds, which, I mean, it depends on what you'd classify as a Race to World First guild. Like, if it's guilds that people, the community feels like could actually win a race, it's like 3. But as far as like people that, you know, people follow, like Fat Shark Yes doesn't have a chance to win. Instant Dollars doesn't have a chance to win because they're not putting in the hours. But I think a lot of people associate those guilds' name with like the Race to World First. If that makes sense. So I don't know. It's like kind of just like anyone. Like, I mean, the purpose of the Race World First Discord is just to spread information out at the same time to the right people when things are going to be changed, and that could potentially affect all of those people. Leak memes from the Race World First Discord. No one posts memes in there. I don't think a lot of people in there like each other. You know, like, why would you? The only people in there are like other guilds you compete against. I said, let's be honest, Race to World First are like only Echo and Liquid. Even Method is a stretch. Yeah, okay, that's your opinion, but like, I'm just saying, like, most people, I think most people who follow the race feel like, I don't know, like, do you guys, if you were to do a poll, like, do you think Method not will win a Race to World First, but will be close? Like, could have won in like 4 or 5 years or something? I think there's a decent amount of people in the community that have felt for a very long time that that would have been true. So yeah, I think that's a fair shout. Method is definitely creeping. Yeah, I mean, they had a closer finish to second last time, but I don't know if that's Like, Echo, if it was important for Echo to get the fastest second place possible, they wouldn't have like pushed their raid that one night, and they wouldn't have like taken a 20-hour break between raid end and raid start to catch up on sleep. They would have definitely slept less. I mean, I've been in that position before too. After, you know, if you're one of our guilds and your expectation is to win, once you lose, you don't really care how fast you get second. It's you win or you lose. So like at that point, you're especially in a long race, you're already so fatigued that the primary motivation just becomes making your players not feel like they're in absolute hell. So you might do something like take a very long sleep because, dear God, you need it at that point. Like you are so fatigued. So I think people are probably overlooking that part of it. However, Method definitely did a couple things in the tier that were really good. Like they were the first people to like try double blood decay. I'm sure Echo and us, I think we talked about it. Like Echo and us both thought of doing that as like a comp for that boss, but like we just didn't spend the time testing it, like going and gearing the DKs or making sure you like logged on your DK, because that can just be a waste of time. Like we just Method did it and we learned from them and then did it. But that was like the first time Method in the race, in my knowledge, has ever done a strat thing that the other two guilds then did afterwards, regardless of preparation. Like that's never happened before. So like that was a new thing this raid. And then there was also a few times where they killed a boss, or they did, like I think specifically they optimized their damage on Ansurek like really fast. So from my perspective, that was impressive. I don't think they would have been good enough to do that in the past. That's like a sign of getting better. It's really hard to actually tell getting better. Like when you're always doing things from behind and you're not doing things on your own, it's really hard. But they were doing things on their own early and they were looking good. So, yeah. Season 3 Dragonflight Method was 3 days behind you. This season was just 1 day. That is a terrible metric to use. By the way, the like how many days behind, that totally depends on the bosses and the tier. Like certain bosses are harder to copy and certain bosses are easier to copy. That metric is horrible for like determining how close someone is. Yeah, actually season 2 they're only 1 day behind my B. All good. Yeah. What's up, Guzzy the Goose in YouTube chat? What's up, dude? Do you think Method is miles ahead of where everyone else was in BFA and Shadowlands? Oh, that's a good question. You're talking about, like... What the fuck, THD? What a thing to just say. Do you think Method is... So, usually what I say is, like... the version of Echo and Liquid in... like this tier, or I think I did this in Castle Nathria. Like in Castle Nathria, either one of those guilds would have won in the previous raid. And like if you were to take Echo or Liquid now and like transport them back in time to do Uldir, like they would have won by multiple days. So basically what you're asking is like, would current Method have beaten like older versions of us? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, like, that's kind of a fascinating concept though. Like if you were someone with like almighty power and could pull all the strings and could like see how that kind of stuff played out, that would be so fascinating to like actually transport a current guild back in time and like have them compete against former versions of themselves or other teams. That would be like really interesting. I don't know the answer though. I'm actually really excited for raid testing. Unfortunately, just the worst timing ever for me. I'm going to miss, like, almost all of Heroic. I'm just going to be on vacation. I might be able to make this one this week. I would have to cut my current vacation like a little short, maybe. No, I mean, I should be able to make this one, but I'm literally just in Miami for both of these with my family. Wait, Max, do you not raid lead post Race to World first? I do for a few weeks when it's still relevant. But after a bit, no. What I do is not really relevant. My job is to solve problems, which there are in early farm, but the majority of them come in figuring out how to kill these bosses, and then once you're in farm and you're just doing them over and over again, there is not enough problems needed to have a problem solver present, if that makes sense. It's just a waste of my time. And it also makes me want to quit the game real bad. It is actually fucking... I would rather be in prison than fucking 21st man raid lead farm when your entire guild knows how to kill the boss and you're literally just saying things for no reason. That's a little bit of hyperbole, but you get the point. Beach laptop raid testing sounds like a vibe. I actually could do that, maybe. That would kind of be a horrible vibe for my family, but, like, it is kind of in the afternoon. So I'll be on Eastern time. So, like, when is this on Thursday? It would be starting at 2 p.m. Eastern through 5 p.m. I actually probably could do that on a laptop. Be hard to get a good POV, though. Depending on, like, the Wi-Fi of, like, the Airbnb we're at. I don't know, it's kind of sketchy, but... Or not this. I'm there for this. It's these ones, the heroic one. Yeah, race will be interesting this time for sure, though. I think also our situation at the facility is a little different. So usually when these races happen, we have full access to the facility. Like, everyone is gone. All the employees are gone. All the league team is usually, like, at Worlds or, like, doing some other shit where they don't have to be there. But, like, the league team takes full priority. Like, I am not naive enough to think that, like, we are as important to Team Liquid as their league team. Like, their league team is their baby. They are by far the most important part of that. So, like, if the league team's ever there, we just kind of have to play around them. This has never happened before. But I think... I'm actually not super caught up on this. This might actually be handled. I'm not positive. But I believe there's some kind of conflict where, like, either we can't use part of the facility or, like, some of the apartments we normally use won't be there. It's something like that. Oh, it's 100% handled? Oh, shit. All right, never mind. I'd think off-season would be like after action evaluation of performance, recruitment, and other team management stuff. Yeah, for WoW? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is all of that. Max, did you react to the PC Gamer article about the guy who really likes add-ons? Huh? Are you being like... That's such a weird message you just typed, and I'm taking it literally, but I'm assuming you're being sarcastic about the really likes add-ons, like if someone really hates add-ons? Links don't work. Max revealing he knows when the raid releases. I actually don't know when the raid releases. There's, like, general dates that are kind of assumed by most of the community, like end of February, or I think now it's, like, almost exclusively beginning of March. But to my knowledge, we haven't been told the exact date yet. But I also don't know. Like, maybe we haven't. I just don't know. He installed every add-on. And PC Gamer did an article about him? What? PC Gamer WoW add-on. Game has become Mahjong. WoW Classic player installs over 3,600 add-ons in a bout of Eldritch Madness. Somehow only needs to remove 20 to get it to work. What the fuck? Open image and new tab. What are we looking at here? I mean, it's what you'd expect, right? I mean, you downloaded 3,000 add-ons. Like, that's not surprising. Okay. Okay, but like, what was the article about? I guess just like what about this could even be interesting? Like for example, let's keep it a buck. This is like an interesting novel thing, but like, I read something like someone decided to download every add-on, and then I instantly am just like, okay, and then I'm going to immediately move on with my life, right? Unless, like, maybe the video wasn't just that. Maybe actually they made really good content. That's all small peanuts when compared to what happens as Balto Bulbabi levels up. It's an assault of noise. Wait, I need to hear this. I have to hear this. Installation and booting up. Okay, in-game.
Now to continue using the Leatrix Sounds. Remove this copy of Leatrix Sounds right now.
What?
Find the Leatrix Sounds add-on on the CurseForge app or the CurseForge website and install Leatrix Sounds from there. After you have done this, this banner and voice message will no longer play, so please do it now.
Wait, is he doing a tutorial on how to make your UI work? Why would anyone need to see this? Wait, I want to hear him. I want to hear what happens when he levels. But I also kind of doesn't. When he initiates combat, it's the best. How can I see? I'm just going to move around until he does something. Combat, here we go. He's trying to put something on his bar.
You got my attention. Finish him.
The fucking finish him.
Drink.
Dude, just absolute chaos. Wait, what? I need to hear him when he levels up now. I'm gonna keep scrolling until he's about to level.
You may now drink.
Time to level up. All right.
You got my attention. Finish him.
Here we go. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, this is actually pretty funny. Dude, it's still happening. There's just like pots and pans falling down. I like how there's just this massive Tauren model. Also, I just noticed there's two. Do you guys see there's two? There's two Taurens. There's like they're doing animations at different times and shit. Wait, what's this questing? I don't need to hear this, but the leveling up was definitely a good bit. Harvey Randall, what's your bit? Harvey's history with games. Oh, so he's like a WoW specific writer. I could see it. It's a slow time. It's a slow time. I can respect this, Harvey Randall. Also, what a name. That's a sick name. Dude, I swear when people have two first names, like their first name, last name is just two first names, it kind of goes crazy. Like, I feel like that's a crazy high roll if you have two first names. There's this dude when I grew up that was named Max, and his last name was Savage. You know how much fucking cooler that is than my name? It's the same initials and everything, but it's just fucking crazy cool. It's a fucking crazy name. Oh, this is so funny. Look at my YouTube chat, bro. Double first name sucks. And then I look at his name, fucking Dakota David. That's kind of a sick name. I kind of like Dakota David. Although you did kind of get unlucky in the ordering of your name. Like if your name was David Dakota, that would go even harder. Let the record show Equinox is 1-for-1 on content Rex. W. Yo, what's up, WoW Trucker? Guys, WoW Trucker asked us for a life advice thing on Potty C, which is Patreon content. And he asked us he's a truck driver, like a commercial truck driver. And he asked us which rig he should buy. So we spent like 15 minutes researching the two and then recommended him to buy the Volvo instead of I forget the other company. And I never thought I would be in a position to do that. To answer someone's question of which truck they should buy. Max, when do you think they will put the dungeon journal of the new raid? Probably tomorrow when it goes live. So as usual, when the PTR first launches, the first ones to get tested will probably be like more complete than some of the later bosses. Like some bosses will be incomplete. But yeah, it should mostly be that you'll be able to see like the construct of every fight. But sometimes, like, the mythic version doesn't. When Blizzard makes encounters, they don't make them on normal first. They don't make them on mythic first. They make them on heroic. So usually heroic is a fully realized thing because that's just the first version of the boss they ever made to, like, give it an identity. It's usually normal or mythic that won't be complete because those are additional steps to make the boss normal or make the boss mythic. But yeah, you'll get an idea of it. But I can't tell if it's going to be really complete or not. I think the PTR would have been live weeks ago if it wasn't Christmas break. But Blizzard takes like multiple weeks off around Christmas. So it's possible that wait, let me see if I can actually let's see, I'm going to leave at 7:30. What time? Oh, wow. Is that actually true? No fucking way. Who timed that guy out? Dude, why did you time that guy out? He's just being a little crazy. You're doing a post-holiday, eh? I couldn't travel for the holidays, so I'm meeting my family like a couple weeks later. My sister's an ER doctor. And she ER doctor, well, she's a resident right now. She's gonna become like is it like a full doctor? I think they're called attendings in like spring of this next year. And like apparently hospital schedules are super fucking locked in. They're super locked in like ahead of time, so she couldn't like get it off enough time around Christmas to have like a family get together, so we pushed it to the middle of January. And I'll be going to Miami. It's gonna be very, very fun. Anyways, the reason I brought that up is I'm not actually sure if I'm not sure if Blizzard, if the Dungeon Journal is going to be super complete or not, because the PTR would have been up over the holidays if there wasn't the holidays. But I also don't know if they've been working on it in time. Like, them, like, here's another, I guess, point of information. Them doing this much testing in 2 weeks, which is outside of one test this Friday, they are testing the entirety of Heroic and Mythic in 2 total weeks. That has never happened before, ever. Ever has never happened. So, like, that makes me think that maybe the tier is coming out faster than we think, or the holidays kind of put them behind a little bit, which totally makes sense. When you take weeks off, turns out you are likely to get behind of your, like, normal workflow. And then they're going to have to, like, catch up to that, which is why they're, like, condensing it all, maybe. I don't know. Max, by the way, we can drive 11 hours a day, but no more than 8 consecutive without a 30-minute break. That's hype. It still won't be earlier than, like, March 5th. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Nothing happens before TGP is done. Yes, that's the main one. And I think that one goes pretty close to March, right? Is the TGP hype? Are there some, like, fun teams that are signing up? I don't know. Mythic Plus stuff always ends up getting decent viewership, but also this is by far the most dead retail has felt in a while, like since Shadowlands. Echo Light is playing. Who's that? Well, like a few of the Echo team are playing. Zalia is now with Kira's team. Wait, wasn't Kira the healer? No, AJ was the healer. One of those two. You always say Kira and AJ together. Oh, that person's here. Wow. Wait, so... Wait, they ditched AJ and got Zalia? Or maybe AJ left? Who knows? Maybe AJ left to play with Echo's team? He said, bro. I'm just making shit up right now, by the way. Just actually fucking lying. I heard there was, like, some drama with the TGP. Like, apparently they announced that they were finally gonna, like, cut down on how much you could practice for the TGP. But then I think the word on the street is they reverted it because, you know, basically any team that doesn't do live keys would have just been totally fucked, which is, like, a ton of the teams don't do a lot of live keys. But also I totally understand why they tried to do something like that. I'm not sure if it actually ended up sticking. Because that's also one of the biggest complaints about why some of the best players don't do it. It isn't because, like, the cups aren't fun. It's that to be competitive, you have to, like, off-stream practice on tournament realms for, like, weeks before the time trials even start. Which is... I mean, it's just fucking awful, right? Actually, I don't know. I'm weird. In MDI stuff, I loved practice. Practice was, like, really, really fun for me. I think the big thing is if you're a streamer, not being able to stream it, like, super sucks. You just, like, aren't making money. And then, like, streaming, it's a total meme. Like, yeah, really, really unfortunate. Yeah, not making money for, like, an entire month is cringe. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of people that can afford to do that. Like, I chose to do that the last time I did MDI stuff, which was BFA, which was so long, by the way. They had cup stages, and then they had global finals, and there was weeks beforehand. It was like 5 weeks of basically no streaming for me. And that was my full-time job then. And I was not nearly as successful then as I became. So that was definitely a sacrifice, but it was very, very fun. I think all the teams are streaming practice this time around except mandatory. Wait, what? That would be a crazy thing if what you just said is true. That's like, that would be such a massive change. I don't believe that, because a lot of the teams in TGP don't even have even remotely bigger streamers on them. So like, think about the motive. Like, what benefit do you have of streaming your practice, right? The only benefit is that people with an already established audience can continue to make money. But what's the loss? You lose any good tech you ever come up with, which is kind of what you need to win. So you're just fucked. And I don't know, there's like really good teams that don't have streamers on them. So that just doesn't, I don't believe you. I'm pretty sure I'm getting one guy. I mean, you just made that up, which I do respect that. I do respect making shit up. That's what I was doing a few minutes ago. Copy every single GCD. I mean, I remember that feeling, bro. Because, like, we didn't do any live keys. So, like, when we did it, we were, like, learning the dungeons at the same time we were learning the MDI. Like, for example, in our MDI, like, competitions in Ataldazar, we never, like, shadow melded off the like dinosaur, because we just like didn't know you could do that. Which, like, anyone who had done live keys that was just like something that you did, but we just didn't, so we were like doing both. So I remember like hearing or listening to our team when like we saw Echo's routes for the first time, and we were like, oh shit, we literally fucking hard. And the only POV we had was like the broadcast. So you had like shitty POVs to actually see what they were doing. But like there's so many small things that they and other good teams would do that were just so fucking good for consistency. Max, speaking of making shit up, the entire competitive WoW subreddit has been eating you alive the last couple of days. What? Wait, did you just make up that they're eating me alive? Or are they eating me alive because I made something up? But if I look at the competitive WoW subreddit to see what you're talking about, then you win, because you just stated that after saying, speaking of making things up. I don't even know what I would have said recently that could have made the competitive WoW subreddit mad. Like, I've like said on my stream before that like everyone in the competitive WoW subreddit like doesn't know, like a lot of those guys like don't know what they're talking about, but they like to be in a position where like they're giving advice because that makes them happy. Like, I've said that before, and that didn't blow up on the WoW competitive subreddit, which would totally make sense because I'm like slandering them. I wonder what I could actually say. Actually, I don't know. That's honestly, I think I have a, I've said this before, but like I have the exactly right level of niche internet fame, where like it's enough to where you make a lot of money, but it's not enough to where like the things you say upset people, and then like you end up on Reddit and then that like affects your mental health. You know what I mean? Because like then that's like a stressful thing you have to think about. Like every time you say something, it's like, oh, I could just make so many people mad. But like no one cares what I say. So, but like if I was a little bit bigger, they would. I think it's ideal. When is this Nvidia Keynote? It's in 20 minutes, right? Max, what do you do when you are not raid leading Liquid Guild? For the last month, I've just been hard living my life, bro. I'm pretty sure the keynote starts in 20 minutes. If it's true that it actually started 40 minutes ago, I have done a very bad job of getting paid to co-stream this thing. I'm sure it's probably like... I mean, it's got to be on this, right? It's got to be yesterday. Like, yesterday they did, like, a GeForce hype meter thing. I mean, I should be able to tell you guys where to watch this because, like, I'm being paid to do... It's all good. I mean, the thing I told you guys yesterday was you can get, like, a free mount by just playing 50 minutes of WoW. It's on YouTube. Max, have you seen the Dazer stream? Nah. Oh, here we go. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang? I don't know how to say that. Keynote at CES 2025 for an exclusive look at groundbreaking innovations in AI, gaming, robotics, and beyond. Oh, shit. I'm in. And I have to... It's actually going to be crazy how fast I end this stream when it's over, by the way. I'm going to be late for my hockey game. I'm going to speed there. Dude, I'm going to be going hiking in the snow, so I got like some waterproof hiking boots, and I've been wearing them all day to like break them in, and these motherfuckers are so comfortable. Crazy comfy. I got some chains for my boots too, just for like extra grip. Feel me? Wait, what is CES? Is that some kind of convention? Consumer Electronics Show. I mean, it must be a big deal if Nvidia is what we assume, like, waiting to announce their new line. Did it get leaked at all? Like, it's surprising that something like this wouldn't have leaked. I mean, I assume they're just announcing the new graphics card, right? I mean, they have to. There's been some rumors, but nothing firm. And surely more AI stuff. Dude, I'm so, like, blissfully ignorant when it comes to AI. Like, I'm, like, generally aware of it, but I've never used it on purpose. Like, I've never typed in a prompt or anything. I think, like, when you Google things now, it just, like, gives you an AI summary. But... yeah, I just, like, don't get it. But I totally get how it could impact all these things. But I just, you know, I just haven't used it. Leaks for... wait, the actual graphics card is only a small part of Nvidia now? Is that true? Because I know they blew up big in crypto and they blew up big in AI, but aren't those all graphics card related? Like, isn't it graphics card being... those are required for those things to do those things? Oh, you're saying, like, just selling of the cards is 10% of their revenue. They sell data centers. Oh, they sell data centers to, like, AI and... but those are with... those data centers have their I don't know. They don't give a fuck about consumers anymore. It's all business shit. I mean, kind of makes sense, right? If that's where all the money's at. You do the same thing, I think. Like, you have... let's say you have a consumer-facing business in, like, your own business that you started, and then, like, if you shifted your focus to more commercial stuff, you just made, like, fucking 100 times more money. You'd be like, okay, maybe... let's have a meeting, guys. Maybe we should think about that. Now that sounds good. And that's how business be businessin'. I've eaten so much pasta today. Guys, I had like a legit breakfast this morning. I had pancakes and like a little over medium egg. Shit went hard. It went so dangerously hard. Are your parents visiting? No, I'm going with the girl up to Mammoth for a couple days, and then next week I'm seeing my family. And then I have no vacations for a long time. They have said that their data center sales have allowed them to experiment with their consumer offerings. So if that's what it takes, I'm on board. I mean, it makes sense. They're basically saying the crazy amount of money we're making allows us to be a little bit more experimental and put more money into like R&D to potentially increase. I mean, that's just how business works. Like, that's true. When you have more cash flow, you can be riskier. And but like for example, like Mixer is the best example of this. Like, Mixer was super expensive. I forget the total cost, but it was a lot. I think it might have been over $1 billion that they spent trying to get Mixer going. No, maybe not. Maybe like only a couple $100 million. I don't remember exactly what it was, but like I remember seeing that number, and I just think as gamers you see Mixer as this like giant failure, this huge swing and miss. But like the amount of money that Microsoft put into something like Mixer, even though it didn't work, it was like a calculated risk that was still worth taking at the time. You know, like obviously in hindsight, knowing it failed, would you have ever done it? No, but like you don't have the benefit of hindsight. So like that's just like a risk you would take, and it is totally normal to do something like that. And that like doesn't actually affect Microsoft that much. Max, where are you headed after this? To a hockey game. On vacation to Mammoth. And then the week after to Miami. Went and got some winter clothes yesterday. Because I just like didn't even pack them when I moved to Texas and then to here. So... Wasn't Ninja alone worth like 50 million or something from Mixer? I don't think anyone knows the exact contracts that like Mixer and that Ninja and Shroud got. I know that they were multi-year deals, and when Mixer died, they got paid out for like the remainder of their contracts, and then were just able to go back to Twitch. That was the massive value. That was actually one of the most like lucky things in history. You like sign that deal, you take the hit, you lose a ton of viewership, but then you're able to come back to Twitch while you're still relevant. Like if they both would have streamed for Mixer, even with all the millions they were making for like 3 to 5 years, they would have missed so many boats. They would have missed the Apex. They would have missed like the Apex pop off, the Warzone swing, the Valorant, potentially like the Valorant. Like how big Valorant got. Like that was like a resurgence for Shroud. Same with Warzone. Same with Apex. Like there's multiple resurgences. So like he was able to get the money from Mixer and then like come back to Twitch and have a huge channel and remain relevant for all the important like gaming moments. Business Insider said Ninja was 30 million and Shroud was 10. Yeah, I don't know, you know. Man, Max, I went through making an account and all that with Nvidia, and then I found out that they went out of stock of the mounts within 50 minutes of dropping, so no one got it from yesterday's stream. Is that made up? Oh, by the way, it started. Is that sounds made up. How does that shit go out of stock? It's a fucking digital horse or whatever. Little bat. Oh, Blizzard only gave them an X number of codes. Yeah, but like, did that actually happen though? Like, there are people from my stream yesterday that said they got it. And I did it a day late. I did that sponsored stream a day after it was released. I didn't get it and must have missed it. And that's crazy if that actually happened. I respect the lie if it's a lie too. Dude, I thought I was playing music in the background. It sounds like they have two things layered on top of each other for sound. Max, let's be honest. Do you even know what GPU you have? Yeah. Yeah, of course I... What do you think? What do you mean? What do you fucking mean by that? Dude, although I haven't built my own computer in a while, I'll be honest. I built my computer in like 2013 when it was like so fucking cheap to do that. But the last couple times what is it? It's a 4090. I talked about it the other day. I have a 4090 in my gaming PC and a 3090 in my streaming PC. What about the CPU? Intel i9, the one that's had all the problems. The one where you have to like underclock it or else games won't launch. I don't know what number it is though, but it's like the most recent i9. Which really sucks because AMD apparently hard owns. Dude, nice tunes, Nvidia. How do you say Nvidia? Is it Nvidia or Nvidia? Like Nvidia or N-U-H Vidia? It's Nvidia? Okay. One second, I'm gonna put on a sweatshirt over this. Be right back. It's kind of crazy how much of an upswing AMD got with the release of Ryzen and further innovations. Also crazy as Intel has fallen off, just trying to stay on AMD's level. Yeah, sometimes you just diffy people. Didn't that happen in TVs? Like, basically, one of the manufacturers for TVs was, like, the first to make, like, the OLED panel. And then, like, all the other companies were riding their coattails, but they literally were all buying their panels. Like, basically, one of the TV companies makes, like, or at least this used to be true, they make, like, every single OLED panel that even other companies are putting in their TVs. I think it's LG. And yet Intel still owns AMD in market share. Most people are just not aware of how hard Intel fumbled recently. Yeah, Intel is just a more well-known name in computer chips, so a lot of people just get them instead, even though AMD dunks. Did you know LG stands for Life's Good? Bro, so true. So true. I like Nvidia because I like the color green more than red. So true. I can't believe I just had to manually permit the term Long Dick Gary. What a crazy day. What a crazy day it is today. All right, boys, it's about to start. Are we getting 50-90s or what? All right, let's hear it. How much money does the CEO of Nvidia make? It's got to be insane. As of 2025, Forbes estimated his net worth at $130 billion, making him the 9th wealthiest person in the world. Known wealthiest person in the world. Like, the reason I say that is I'm pretty sure the oil money in Saudi, I'm pretty sure they have more money than everybody by a lot. It's just no one knows. Forbes network guesstimates don't track oil money in the Russian oligarchs. Yep. Let's see, am I buying a graphics card tonight, boys? Imagine being an underachiever in his family. The AMD CEO is his direct cousin. All right, let's see. AMD CEO net worth. I mean, that the CEO of net worth is AMD is only worth just over $1 billion. So, I mean, is it even? What are we even talking about here? You know, different stratospheres there. They're an underachiever. Just use your influence and have a card sent to you? I don't think I can do that. Wait, isn't this supposed to start 2 minutes ago? I'm on a tight time frame here. Are you live on the video? Yeah. There is a little trick you can do to get extra live, though. You hit playback speed 2, and it'll play the music extra fast for at least a few seconds. But it will actually go further in the video, and eventually when it hits like true live, it'll go back to 1. Little trick for YouTube live streams in case you ever need to actually be fully caught up. There we go. There. Now we're all caught up. Max, are you going to Canada? You look a little rugged. Oh, I was actually going to get my haircut today, but I got it later in the week because I'm about to go into the cold weather. Not Canada though, but close. All right, I'm warning you, Nvidia. I gotta go at 7:30, so no matter what. Nvidia, enough of the music. Tell us the good shit. What time is it for you? 6:30. So I got an hour. These usually last 1.5 to 2 hours, so you're already screwed. I mean, I'm not screwed. I'm only supposed to be here for an hour. That's what I'm contracted to do. Oh, here we go. Let's just talk about stuff.
CES isn't just about what's next. It's about what's possible. And when technology and humanity intersect, the answer is anything. That's because tech doesn't just solve challenges. It transforms them into opportunities. It helps us move smarter, live healthier, and
wait, what was that
experience
guy
the world
using?
in ways we never thought possible. We are not just here for a tech event. We're here to connect, to solve, to discover, together. Tech isn't just advancing, it's uniting, bringing us closer to an autonomous future, connecting us to better care, making life more connected, more dynamic, and more human. Today's challenges demand bold solutions, and CES is where they start to take shape. Breakthroughs in sustainability.
So what do the
Advancements help feed our
exosuits
growing
do?
world.
Do they like just
This week
support
isn't just a
your
stage for breakthroughs. It's
support-
the spark for discovery.
it just like makes your muscles less tired?
Every screen,
It does a
every
lot of the work
pixel,
for you?
Every part of the tech you will see here showcases the extraordinary potential of human ingenuity meeting technological power. Now we begin this celebration of what connects us, has the power to solve our greatest challenges, and offers endless possibilities we're yet to discover.
So
Right
this is a
here,
CES ad.
right now. The world is watching. So let's dive in.
Yeah. W.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CES 2025.
Woo!
I'm Gary Shapiro, CEO and Vice Chairman of the Consumer Technology Association, the producer of CES, and I am so thrilled to kick off this show with a keynote by one of the most consequential companies in the world. Nvidia exemplifies the cutting-edge innovation.
Oh, he's got a teleprompter
CES.
now.
And founder and CEO Jensen Huang
He's looking
is
right
a
at it.
true visionary, demonstrating the power of ideas, technology, and conviction to drive innovation and reshape our industry and our society. I always like to say that if I listened a little bit more
someone
closely
hit a
the
woo.
last time Jensen spoke at a CTA event, I could have retired already. But over the past 3 decades, he has established Nvidia as a force.
He keeps saying
driving change
Nvidia.
across
Guys,
the
I thought you said it was
globe in industries
Nvidia.
ranging from healthcare to automotive and entertainment. Today, Nvidia is pioneering breakthroughs in AI and accelerated computing that touch nearly every person and every business. Thanks to his leadership, Nvidia's innovations enable advanced chatbots, robots, software-defined vehicles, huge virtual worlds, hyper-synchronized factory floors, and so much more. Wang has been named
They're
the
doing all
world's
that?
best CEO by Fortune and The Economist, as well as one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in the world. But you know, the fact is, like for all of us in this room, our success and his success was not preordained. Jensen started out working at a Denny's as a dishwasher and a busboy, so be nice to them in the future. And he said that the lessons he's learned there, the value of hard work, humility, and hospitality, are what helped him keep the faith and persevere through some of Nvidia's early challenges. In just a few minutes, we'll hear from Nvidia founder and CEO Jensen Huang on his unwavering vision of the future and where we're headed next. Stay tuned and have a great CES.
Woo, 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 woo. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Back to the music? No way. I need them to move this shit along, bro. I got some places to be. Come on. Let's get it moving. Think about me, Nvidia. How about that? How about I say the name wrong? What about that? I guess that was it, guys. So, no, I'm just kidding. Man, they really brought that guy out just to glaze the Nvidia CEO for a few minutes, then they still give him a few minutes to get ready? God damn. When your company is worth 3 trillion, they are ready whenever you feel like it. Goddamn. What companies have even been valued at over $1 trillion? What, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, Microsoft? There are 10 publicly traded companies with a market cap of at least 1 trillion. Apple, that's market cap. That's not necessarily their, well, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Alphabet, Amazon, so Google, Amazon, Meta, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, and Broadcom. Here we go. Here we go.
This is how intelligence is made.
I know Walmart wasn't on there. I'll tell you that.
A new kind of factory. Generator of tokens. The building blocks of AI. Tokens have opened a new frontier, the first step into an extraordinary world, where endless possibilities are born. Tokens transform words into knowledge and breathe life into images. They turn ideas into videos and help us safely navigate any environment. Tokens teach robots to move like the masters. Inspire new ways to celebrate our victories.
A martini, please.
Something right up.
Thank
Bro,
you.
this is so dystopian.
And give us peace of mind when we need it most.
Hi, Maroka.
Hi, Anna. It's good to see you again.
Hi, Emma. We're gonna take your blood sample today, okay?
Don't worry. I'm gonna be here the whole time.
Yeah, dude, the NFT art
They bring meaning to
thing
numbers
has just ruined the word token.
to help us better understand the world around us. Predict the dangers that surround us. And find cures for the threats within us. Tokens can bring our visions to life.
I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'll keep it a buck with you. I bought one of the Apple Vision Pros, and I completely forgot I owned that until right now when I saw that guy use one. I'll keep it a buck.
They help us move forward. One small step at a time. And one giant leap. Together.
It was really cool, and it's really cool for watching movies alone, which is not ideal.
And here is where it all begins.
welcome to the stage, Nvidia founder and CEO, Jensen Huang.
Let's go.
Welcome to CES.
Oh, he's just screaming. Let's go.
Are
What
you
a
excited
jacket.
to be in Las Vegas?
What a jacket.
Do you like my jacket?
Fuck. Woo!
I thought I'd go the other way from Gary Shapiro.
What does
I'm in
that
Las
mean?
Vegas after all. If this doesn't work out, if all of you object, well, just get used to it. I really think you have to let this sink in. In another hour or so, you're going to feel good about it. Well,
Woo!
Welcome to NVIDIA. In fact, you're inside NVIDIA's digital twin. And we're going to take you to NVIDIA. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NVIDIA. You're inside our digital twin. Everything here is
What does that
generated
mean?
by AI. It has been an extraordinary journey,
1 second.
extraordinary year. And it started in 1993.
Ready? Go!
With NV1, we wanted to build computers that can do things that normal computers couldn't. And NV1 made it possible to have a game console in your PC. Our programming architecture was called UDA, missing the letter C until a little while later, but UDA, Unified Device Architecture. And the first developer for UDA and the first application that ever worked on UDA was Sega's Virtual Fighter. 6 years later, we invented, in 1999, the programmable GPU. And it started 20 plus years of incredible advance in this incredible processor called the GPU. It made modern computer
those
graphics
traps.
possible. And now,
Look at those
30 years
fucking
later,
traps.
Sega's Virtual Fighter is completely cinematic. This is the new Virtual Fighter project that's coming. I just can't wait. Absolutely incredible. 6 years after that, 6 years after 1999, we invented CUDA so that we could explain or express the programmability of our GPUs to a rich set of algorithms that could benefit from it. CUDA initially was difficult to explain, and it took years, in fact. It took approximately 6 years. Somehow, 6 years later or so, 2012, Alex Karshevsky, Ilya Sutskever, and Jeff Hinton discovered CUDA, used it to process AlexNet, and the rest of it is history. AI has been advancing at an incredible pace since. Started with perception AI. We now can understand images and words and sounds. To generative AI, we can generate images and text and sounds. And now, agentic AI. AIs that can perceive, reason, plan, and act. And then the next phase, some of which we'll talk about tonight, physical AI, 2012. Now, magically, 2018, something happened that was pretty incredible. Google's Transformer was released as BERT, and the world of AI really took off. Transformers, as you know, completely changed the landscape for artificial intelligence. In fact, it completely changed the landscape for computing altogether. We recognized properly that AI was not just a new application with a new business opportunity, but AI, more importantly, machine learning enabled by transformers, was going to fundamentally change how computing works. And today, computing is revolutionized in every single layer, from hand coding, instructions that run on CPUs, to create software tools that humans use. We now have machine learning that creates and optimizes
How expensive
neural
is that
networks
jacket?
that processes on GPUs and creates artificial intelligence.
I mean, I don't know, but
Every
he's
single
worth
layer
over
of the
$100
technology
billion.
stack has been
So I don't know, it's probably like
changed.
10, 20 grand.
An incredible transformation in just 12 years.
Or maybe it's less, who knows?
Well, we can now understand information of just about any modality. Surely you've seen text and images and sounds and things like that. But not only can we understand those, we can understand amino acids, we can understand physics. We understand them, we can translate them, and generate them. The applications are just completely endless. In fact, almost any AI application that you see out there, what modality is the input that it learned from? What modality of information did it translate to? And what modality of information is it generating? If you ask these three fundamental questions, just about every single application could be inferred. And so when you see application after applications that are AI-driven, AI-native, at the core of it, this fundamental concept is there. Machine learning has changed how every application is going to be built, how computing will be done, and the possibilities beyond. Well, GPUs, GeForce, in a lot of ways, all of this with AI is the house that GeForce built. GeForce enabled AI to reach the masses. And now, AI is coming home to GeForce. There are so many things that you can't do without AI. Let me show you some of it now.
Okay, following footage is rendered in real time using an RTX Blackwell. Very loud. Turn it down a little bit. So, I'm kind of stupid, but is this impressive? I mean, they're showing it off, it has to be. Like, I don't know, I've seen video games before. Video games are pre-rendered. Oh.
That was real-time computer graphics. No computer
Let's
graphics
fucking go.
researcher, no computer scientist would have told you that it is possible for us to ray trace every single pixel at this point. Ray tracing is a simulation of light. The amount of geometry that you saw was absolutely insane. It would have been impossible without artificial intelligence. There are two fundamental things that we did. We used, of course, programmable shading and ray traced acceleration to produce incredibly beautiful pixels. But then we have artificial intelligence be conditioned, be controlled by that pixel.
Oh, shit.
To generate a whole bunch of other pixels. Not only is it able to generate other pixels spatially, because it's aware of what the colors should be, it has been trained on a supercomputer back in Nvidia, and so the neural network that's running on the GPU can infer and predict the pixels that we did not render. Not only can we do that, it's called DLSS. The latest generation of DLSS also generates beyond frames. It can predict the future, generating 3 additional frames for every frame that we calculate. What you saw, if we just said 4 frames of what you saw, because we're going to render 1 frame and generate 3. If I said 4 frames at full HD, 4K, that's 33 million pixels or so. Out of that 33 million pixels, we computed only 2. It is an absolute miracle that we can computationally using programmable
what?
shaders and our ray tracing engine, to compute 2 million pixels and have AI predict all of the other.
What the fuck?
And as a
What
result,
the fuck?
we're able to
Is that what we just
render
saw?
at incredibly high performance because AI does a lot less computation.
Oh,
It takes,
2
of course,
million.
an
I
enormous
thought he
amount
meant
of
like the
training
number
to
2. I mean,
produce
still
that,
kind of insane
but
though.
once you train it, the generation is extremely efficient. So this is one of the incredible capabilities of artificial intelligence, and that's why there's so many amazing things that are happening. We used GeForce to enable artificial intelligence, and now artificial intelligence is revolutionizing GeForce. Everyone, today we're announcing our next generation, the RTX
Here we go.
Blackwell family. Let's take a look.
All right. Let's get weird. Is it as big as a fucking refrigerator now? Is that real size? Yeah, I know what all of this means as well. Wait, that has... Okay. $4,000 AI tops. Wow. How much that shit cost, though?
Here it is. Our brand new GeForce RTX 50 series Blackwell architecture. The GPU is just a beast. 92 billion
It's the same size as
transistors,
the 4090, it looks like.
4,000 tops.
The 4090 is huge.
4 petaflops of AI.
Petaflop?
3 times higher than the last generation Ada. And we need all of it to generate those pixels that I showed you. 380 ray tracing teraflops so that we could, for the pixels that we have to compute the most beautiful image you possibly can.
It's insane
And
how
of
much I
course,
don't know what
125
teraflops means.
teraflops. There's actually
It's
a
crazy.
concurrent shader teraflops
Crazy
as
how
well
much
as an
I don't know
integer
what that means.
Unit of equal performance. So 2 dual shaders. One is for floating point, one is for integer. G7 memory from Micron, 1.8 terabytes per second, twice the performance of our last generation. And we now have the ability to intermix AI workloads with computer graphics workloads. And one of the amazing things about this generation is the programmable shader is also able to now process neural networks. So the shader is able to carry these neural networks, and as a result, we invented neural texture compression and neural material shading. As a result of that, you get these amazingly beautiful images that are only possible because we use AIs to learn the texture, learn the compression algorithm, and as a result, get extraordinary results. Okay, so this is the brand new RTX Blackwell 5090.
5090.
Now, even the mechanical design is a miracle. Look at this, it's got 2 fans. This whole graphics card is just one giant fan. You know, so the question is, where's the graphics card? It's literally this big. The voltage regulator design is state-of-the-art, incredible design. The engineering team did a great job. So here it is. Thank you.
I don't know enough whether to say either way, but
Okay,
that looks sick to
those
me.
are the speeds and feeds, so how does
That's
it
a
compare?
holy. You get a holy from me.
Well, this is RTX 4090. I know many of you have one.
I do.
I know it. Look, it's $1,599. It is one of the best investments you could possibly make.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Okay.
For $15.99, you bring it home to your $10,000 PC entertainment command center. Isn't that right?
That's too much money.
That's not true.
That's
Don't be ashamed.
That is not true. That is way too much money.
Liquid cooled.
That's
fancy lights all over it. You lock it when you leave. It's the modern home theater. It makes perfect sense. And now for $1,500 and $15.99, you get to upgrade that and turbocharge the living daylights out of it. Well, now with the Blackwell family, RTX 5070, 4090 performance.
Oh my God.
$549.
What the fuck? What the fuck? That's insane.
Impossible without artificial intelligence. Impossible without the
They're going to sell so many of those.
AI tensor cores.
Also, that makes my investment feel like absolute shit, and I'm mad. And I'm mad.
5070, 4090 performance, $549, and here's the whole family. Starting from 5070 all the way up to 5090. 5090, twice the performance of a 4090.
What?
Starting, of course, we're producing at very large scale, availability starting January. Well,
dude, my graphics card fucking
but we
sucks.
managed to put these in gigantic performance GPUs into a laptop. This is a 5070 laptop. For $1299, this 5070 laptop has a 4090 performance. I think there's one here somewhere.
Oh.
Let me show you this. This is look at this thing. Here. There's only so many pockets. Ladies and gentlemen, Janine Paul.
Let's go, Janine. W
so can
shit.
you imagine? You got this incredible graphics card here, Blackwell. We're going to shrink it and put it in there. Does that make any sense? Well,
it doesn't.
Can't do that without
it doesn't make sense.
And the reason for that is because we're generating most of the pixels using our tensor cores. So we ray trace only the pixels we need, and we generate using artificial intelligence all of the other pixels we have. As a result,
guys, I don't get how this is possible.
Efficiency is just off the charts. The future of computer graphics is neural rendering, the fusion of artificial intelligence and computer graphics. And what's really amazing is, oh, here we go. Thank you. This is a surprisingly kinetic keynote. And what's really amazing is the family of GPUs we're going to put in here. And so the 5090 will fit into a laptop, a thin laptop. That last laptop was 14.9 millimeters. You got a 5080, 5070 Ti, and 5070. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the RTX Blackwell family. Well, GeForce brought AI to the world, democratized AI. Now AI has come back and revolutionized GeForce. Let's talk about artificial intelligence. Let's go to somewhere else at Nvidia. This is literally our office. This is literally Nvidia's headquarters. Okay, so let's talk about AI. The industry is chasing and racing to scale artificial intelligence. And the scaling law is a powerful model. It's an empirical law that has been observed and demonstrated by researchers and industry over several generations. And the scaling law says that the more data you have, the training data that you have, the larger model that you have, and the more compute that you apply to it, therefore, the more effective or the more capable your model will become. And so the scaling law continues. What's really amazing is that now we're moving towards, of course, and the internet is producing about twice the amount of data every single year as it did last year. I think in the next couple of years we'll produce humanity will
understand
produce
this
more
diagram.
data than all of humanity has ever produced since the beginning. And so we're still producing a gigantic amount of data, and it's becoming more multimodal. Video and images and sound, all of that data could be used to train the fundamental knowledge, the foundational knowledge of an AI. But there are, in fact, two other scaling laws that has now emerged. And it's somewhat intuitive. The second scaling law is post-training scaling law. Post-training scaling law uses techniques like reinforcement learning, human feedback. Basically, the AI produces and generates answers based on a human query. The human then, of course, gives a feedback. It's much more complicated than that, but that reinforcement learning system with a fair number of
I'm
very
still
high-quality
following.
prompts causes the AI to refine its skills. It could fine-tune its skills for particular domains. It could be better at solving math problems, better
I'm
at
following.
reasoning, so on and so forth. And so it's essentially like having a mentor or having a coach give you feedback after you're done going to school. And so you get tests, you get feedback, you improve yourself. We also have reinforcement learning AI feedback, and we have synthetic data generation. These techniques are rather akin to, if you will, self-practice. You know the answer to a particular problem, and you continue to try it until you get it right. And so an AI could be presented with a very complicated and a difficult problem that is verifiable functionally, and it has an answer that we understand. Maybe proving a theorem, maybe solving
Look, I know this is like a
geometry
tech
problem.
conference, and they
And so
probably
these
understand what he's
problems,
saying.
Would cause the AI to produce.
But I'm going to
answers
throw out
using
something
reinforcement
stupid here.
learning. You
They should
learn
pump some
how
crowd
to
noise
improve
into this
itself.
shit.
That's called post.
Like when he says
training.
something hype, I just want to
Post-training
hear the
requires
crowd
an
roar,
enormous
because
amount
then
of
I will
computation.
know
But
that
the
what
end
he just
result
said was sick.
Produces incredible
Because
models.
right now I don't.
We now have a third
You know?
scaling law. And this third scaling law has to do with what's called test time scaling. Test time scaling is basically when you're being used. When you're using the AI has the ability to now apply a different resource allocation. Instead of improving its parameters, now it's focused on deciding how much computation to use to produce the answers it wants to produce. Reasoning is a way of thinking about this. Long thinking is a way to think about this. Instead of a direct inference or one-shot answer, you might reason about it. You might break down the problem into multiple steps. You might generate multiple ideas and evaluate. Your AI system would evaluate which one of the ideas that you generated was the best one. Maybe it solves the problem step by step, so on and so forth. And so now test time scaling has proven to be incredibly effective. You're watching this sequence of technology and all of these scaling laws emerge as we see incredible achievements from ChatGPT to
Guys, is
O1
this
to
guy yapping
O3,
or is he cooking?
Now Gemini Pro. All of these systems are going through this journey step by step of pre-training to post-training to test time scaling. Well, the amount of computation that we need, of course, is incredible. And we would like, in fact, that society has the ability to scale the amount of computation to produce more and more novel and better intelligence. Intelligence, of course, is the most valuable asset that we have, and it can be applied to solve a lot of very challenging problems. And so, scaling law. It's driving enormous demand for NVIDIA computing. It's driving an enormous demand for this incredible chip we call Blackwell. Let's take a look at Blackwell. Well, Blackwell is in full production. It is incredible what it looks like. So first of all, there's some, every single cloud service provider now have systems up and running. We have systems here from about 15 computer makers. It's being made about 200 different SKUs, 200 different configurations. They're liquid-cooled, air-cooled, x86, NVIDIA Grace CPU versions, NVLink 36 by 2, NVLink 72 by 1, whole bunch of different types of systems so that we can accommodate just about every single data center in the world. Well, these systems are being currently manufactured in some 45 factories. It tells you how pervasive artificial intelligence is and how much the industry is jumping onto artificial intelligence in this new computing model. Well, the reason why we're driving it so hard is because we need a lot more computation. And it's very clear that
Janine.
You know, it's hard to tell. You don't ever want to reach your hands into a dark place. Hang on a second. Is this a good idea?
Is it going to be a legendarily bad idea? Okay. All right. Didn't see the shield coming. Oh, so we're doing the music. Oh, okay. What?
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Bro, what the fuck is happening right now?
I thought I was worthy.
Oh, the Avengers joke.
Apparently, Yonir didn't think I was worthy.
Yeah. Woo!
All right. This is my show and tell.
Fucking go.
This is a show and tell. So, this NVLink system, this right here, this NVLink system, this is GB200 NVLink 72. It is 1.5 tons, 600,000 parts, approximately equal to 20 cars, 120 kilowatts.
Bro, I don't know why this is what I can think about, but I know there's a lot of lights shining on that stage. So I'm just imagining someone in the crowd is getting fucking blasted with light by this thing.
5,000 cables.
Just like, can't even see. They're like looking into the surface of the sun.
We liquid cool them. We test them.
They're like
we
fucking
disassemble
shielding
them,
their
ship
eyes.
them in parts.
Look, you can see it on the ground.
It's
It is
1.5 tons. We reassemble it outside the data centers and install them. The manufacturing is insane. But the goal of all of this is because the scaling laws are driving computing so hard that this level of computation, Blackwell over our last generation, improves the performance.
Dude, someone already
per
linked
watt
this in our
by a
Discord,
factor
bro.
of 4.
Someone already
Performance
linked
per
this
watt
in
by a
our
factor of
Discord.
4, performance per dollar by a factor of 3. That basically says that in one generation, we reduce the cost of training these models by a factor of 3. Or if you want to increase the size of your model by a factor of 3, it's about the same cost. But the important thing is this. These are generating tokens that are being used by all of us when we use ChatGPT or when we use Gemini, use our phones in the future. Just about all of these applications are going to be consuming these AI tokens. And these AI tokens are being generated by these systems. And every single data center is limited by power. And so if the perf per watt of Blackwell is 4 times our last generation, then the revenue that could be generated,
Bro, I hope he holds this for the rest of the fucking
is increased by a factor of 4. And so these AI factory systems really are factories today. Now the goal of all of this is so that we can create one giant chip. The amount of computation we need is really quite incredible. And this is basically one giant chip.
Dude.
If we would have had to build a chip,
listen.
Here we go.
People in the crowd are like, cool. Fucking stop.
Look at that.
Please
Disco
stop.
lights in here.
Stop fucking doing it, please.
If we had to build this as
laughing
one chip,
and watching.
obviously this would be the size of the wafer. But this doesn't include the impact of yield. It would have to be probably 3 or 4 times this size. But what we basically have here is 72 Blackwell GPUs or 144 dies. This one chip here is 1.4 exaflops.
Do you know the best part of this, bro?
The world's largest supercomputer, fastest supercomputer, only
after
recently,
this part, can you guys imagine what he's going to call back to when he said, guys, this jacket will make sense to you in an hour? Like, what the fuck is he going to do with the jacket? Like,
point performance. It has 14 terabytes
is it gonna,
of memory, but
combust into flames
or
something?
The memory bandwidth is 1.2 petabytes per second. That's basically the entire internet traffic that's happening right now. The entire world's internet traffic is being processed across these chips, okay? And we have 130 trillion transistors in total, 2,592 CPU cores, whole bunch of networking. And so these, I wish I could do this. I don't think I will. So these are the Blackwells. These are our ConnectX networking chips.
Bro,
these are the NVLink. And we're trying to
I know I'm not used to like what a tech
NVLink spine,
demonstration looks like, but this has like the fucking.
And these are all of the HBM memories.
This just seems like not hype, but maybe it doesn't need to be. Maybe like tech conferences, it's more down in the weeds.
This is the miracle of the Blackwell system. The Blackwell dies right here. It is the largest single chip the world's ever made, but yet the miracle is really, in addition to that, this is the Grace Blackwell system. Well, the goal of all of this, of course, is so that we can, thank you, thanks. Boy, is there a chair I could sit down for a second? Can I have a Michelob Ultra?
Bro, what the fuck is happening? Bro, what is going on? This is such great. This is insane content.
How is it possible that we're in the Michelob Ultra Stadium?
What?
It's like coming to Nvidia and we don't have a GPU for you. So we need an enormous amount of computation because we want to train larger and larger models. And these inferences used to be one inference, but in the future, the AI is going to be talking to itself. It's going to be thinking. It's going to be internally reflecting, processing. So today, when the tokens are being generated at you, so long as it's coming out at 20 or 30 tokens per second, it's basically as fast as anybody can read. However, in the future, and right now with GPT-01, you know, with the new Gemini Pro and the new the 01, 03 models, they're talking to themselves, reflecting, they're thinking. And so, as you can imagine, the rate at which the tokens could be ingested is incredibly high. And so we need the token rates, the token generation rates, to go way up. And we also have to drive the cost way down simultaneously so that the quality of service can be extraordinary, the cost to customers can continue to be low.
Bro, his jacket with his silver hair goes
so that's the
so
fundamental
hard.
Purpose, the reason why we created NVLink. Well, one of the
You know what I mean?
most
Like if
important
his
things that's
hair
happening
was
in the
like
world of
any other
enterprise
color, it
is
wouldn't go
agentic
nearly as
AI.
hard.
Agentic AI basically is a perfect example of test time scaling. AI is a system of models. Some of it is understanding, interacting with the customer, interacting with the user. Some of it's maybe retrieving information from storage, a semantic AI system like a RAG. Maybe it's going on to the internet. Maybe it's studying a PDF file. And so it might be using tools. It might be using a calculator. And it might be using a generative AI to generate charts and such. And it's taking the problem you gave it, breaking it down step by step, and it's iterating through all these different models. Well, in order to respond to a customer in the future, in order for AI to respond, it used to be ask a question, answer starts spewing out. In the future, you ask a question, a whole bunch of models are going to be working in the background. And so test time scaling, the amount of computation used for inferencing, is going to go through the roof. It's going to go through the roof because we want better and better answers. Well, to help the industry build agentic AI, our go-to-market is not direct to enterprise customers. Our go-to-market is we work with software developers in the IT ecosystem to integrate our technology to make possible new capabilities, just like we did with CUDA libraries. We now want to do that with AI libraries. And just as the computing model of the past has APIs that are doing computer graphics or doing linear algebra or doing fluid dynamics, in the future, on top of those acceleration libraries.
You can already see it. I can see in like 10 to 15 years, literally every single customer service thing is
helping the ecosystem
AI.
build agentic AI.
Maybe even
NVIDIA
faster.
NIMs which are
And
essentially
whoever has control of that
AI
market is going to
microservices
make
all
infinite money.
packaged up. It takes all of this really complicated CUDA software, CUDA DNN, Cutlass, or TensorRT-LM, or Triton, or all of these different really complicated software, and the model itself.
Drop my phone.
We package it
That's
up, we
hype.
optimize it, we put it into a container, and you could take it wherever you like. And so we have models for vision, for understanding languages, for speech, for animation, for digital biology, and we have some new exciting models coming for physical AI. And these AI models run in every single cloud, because NVIDIA's GPUs are now available in every single cloud. It's available in every single OEM. So you could literally take these models, integrate it into your software packages, create
And
AI
then blow up?
agents that run on
Bro, I hope he brings the
Cadence,
shield
or
out again.
There might be ServiceNow agents, or they might be SAP agents, and they could deploy it to their customers and run it wherever the customers want to run the software. The next layer is what we call NVIDIA NeMo. NeMo is essentially a
fish.
digital employee onboarding and training evaluation system. In the future, these AI agents are essentially
Thanks for the gifted
digital
subs.
workforce that are working alongside your employees, doing things for you on your behalf. And so the way that you would bring these specialized agents these special agents into your company is to onboard them, just like you onboard an employee. And so we have different libraries that helps these AI agents be trained for the type of language in your company. Maybe the vocabulary is unique to your company, the business process is different, the way you work is different. So you would give them examples of what the work product should look like, and they would try to generate it, and you would give it feedback, and then you would evaluate them, so on and so forth. And so that, and you would guardrail them. You say, these are the things that you're not allowed to do. These are the things you're not allowed to say. And we even give them access to certain information. Okay, so that entire pipeline, digital employee pipeline, is called NeMo. In a lot of ways, the IT department of every company is going to be the HR department of AI agents in the future. Today, they manage and maintain a bunch of software from the IT industry. In the future, they'll maintain, nurture, onboard, and improve a whole bunch of digital agents.
It's so
and provision
dystopian.
them to the companies to use. Okay?
Dude, I hear that and I don't like
your
it.
IT department's
I
going to
don't like
become
that
kind
shit.
of like AI agent HR. And on top of that, we provide a whole bunch
What
of
are the
blueprints
AI agents
that
going to
our
be like
ecosystem
getting out of
could-
order and shit?
could,
You got to
take
like
advantage of. All
sit
of
them
this is
down and have a
completely open
talk?
source, and so you could take it and modify the blueprints. We have blueprints for all kinds of different types of agents. Well, today we're also announcing that we're doing something that's really cool and I think really clever.
Okay.
We're announcing a whole family of models that are based off of Llama, the NVIDIA Llama Nemotron language foundation models. Llama 3.1 is a complete phenomenon.
It's like
The download of Llama 3.1 from Meta,
these words,
times,
they mean fucking
like that.
nothing to me.
It has been
What the fuck? They could
derived
say
and turned
anything,
into
and
other
I'd be like,
models,
okay, it
about
is the llama
60,000 other
for
different
sure.
models.
This is fucking for
singularly
sure.
The reason why
All right,
just
one
about
second, I use
every
the
single
bathroom.
enterprise and every single industry has been activated to start working on AI. Well, the thing that we did was we realized that the Llama models really could be better fine-tuned for enterprise use. And so we fine-tune them using our expertise and our capabilities, and we turn them into the Llama Nemotron suite of open models. There are small ones that interact in very, very fast response time, extremely small. They're what we call super Llama Nemotron supers. They're basically your mainstream versions of your models. Or your ultra model. The ultra model could be used to be a teacher model for a whole bunch of other models. It could be a reward model, evaluator, a judge for other models to create answers and decide whether it's a good answer or not, basically give feedback to other models. It could be distilled in a lot of different ways. Basically, a teacher model, a knowledge distillation model. Very large, very capable. And so all of this is now available online. Well, these models are incredible. It's number one in leaderboards for chat, leaderboard for instruction, leaderboard for retrieval, So the different types of functionalities necessary that are used in AI agents around the world, these are going to be incredible models for you. We're also working with the ecosystem. All of our NVIDIA AI technologies are integrated into the IT industry. We have great partners and really great work being done at ServiceNow, at SAP, at Siemens for industrial AI. Cadence is doing great work. Synopsys is doing great work. I'm really proud of the work that we do with Perplexity. As you know, they revolutionized search. Yeah, really fantastic stuff. Codium.
He just said
every
Siemens.
software engineer in the
I
world,
mean,
this
why
is
not?
going to be the next
It's probably an
giant
acronym.
AI application. Next giant AI service, period, is software coding. 30 million software engineers around the world.
Guys, in T-minus 3
Everybody is
minutes,
going to
my
have a software
stream is turning
assistant,
off.
helping them code. If not, obviously you're going to be way less productive and create lesser good code. And so this is 30 million. There's 1 billion knowledge workers in the world. It is very, very clear AI agents is probably the next robotics industry and likely to be a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. Well, let me show you some of the blueprints that we've created and some of the work that we've done with our partners with these AI agents. AI agents are the new digital workforce, working for and with us. AI agents
This is gonna be so
are a
funny.
system of models.
This is every
reason about
company
mission,
being
break
like,
it down
fuck
into
yeah, and
tasks,
every consumer
and
being
retrieve
like,
data, or
no,
use
no, no,
tools
no,
to
no.
generate a quality response. NVIDIA's agentic AI building blocks, NIM pre-trained models, and NEMO framework let organizations easily develop AI agents and deploy them anywhere. We will onboard and train our agentic workforces on our company's methods, like we do for employees. AI agents are domain-specific task experts. Let me show you 4 examples. For the billions of knowledge workers and students, AI research assistant agents ingest complex documents like lectures, journals, financial results, and generate interactive podcasts for easy learning.
By combining a UNet regression model with a diffusion model, CoreDiff can downscale global weather forecasts down from 25 kilometers
What are its eyes
to 2
doing?
kilometers.
Developers, like at Nvidia, manage software security AI agents that continuously scan software for vulnerabilities, alerting developers
The
to
shield
what action
shooting
is
light
needed.
into the audience is still just fucking frying
Virtual
my
lab
brain. It's
AI
so
agents
funny.
help
Like right now,
researchers
they're just
design
like
and
giving
screen
medical
billions of
attention to
compounds
people in the front row
to find
because he just
promising
was
drug
fucking
candidates
blasting them.
faster than ever. And video analytics AI agents built on an NVIDIA Metropolis blueprint, including NVIDIA Cosmos Nematron vision language models, Llama Nematron
I hope when they
LLMs,
paid me to
and Nemo
co-stream this,
Retriever.
they were like, this guy will get it.
Analyze content from the billions of cameras generating 100,000 petabytes of video per day. They enable interactive search, summarization, and automated reporting.
Dude.
And help monitor traffic flows, flagging congestion or danger.
All right, as soon as 7:30 hits, by the way, I gotta go.
In
Could be any second now.
facilities, they monitor processes and generate recommendations or improvement. Metropolis agents centralize data from hundreds of cameras and can reroute workers or
All right,
robots
I have to go.
when
All right, it's been real.
incidents occur.
Thanks for watching, guys.
The
Hopefully you guys
age
go
of
to YouTube to
agentic
watch the
AI
rest of
is
it.
here.
Amen.